So Five Nights at Freddy's just came out this week. I literally just got done watching it, and oh baby, do I have some thoughts. Starting with, who the fuck is this movie for? Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Nick Push. Thanks for tuning in. As I said, I just got done watching Five Nights at Freddy's, and I'm so mixed on this movie. It's unbelievable, but but there's a lot to discuss with it. So I'm going to give you guys kind of my pure thoughts. Just got not out of the theater, but out of my living room, watching the movie, and I just kind of want to break down what I saw and what I'm thinking. That being said, there will be spoilers in this review. It's going to be kind of just my thoughts on the movie, not no real plan here, no real structure. I'm just going to be rambling on about what I liked, what I didn't like. First of all, the animatronics. Let's start out positive here. The animatronics in this movie with the creatures, if you will, at Freddy's were really well done. They were really eerie, really creepy. There were a few good scenes, with them in the dark and the eyes open and things like that. I liked the actor that played the main character, Mike. I thought he did a great job. I thought he had a lot of depth to his character. Well, definitely had a lot of depth to his character, and I thought he portrayed that character well. Other than that, not much, guys. Not much. Now, I will say this: I have never played the video game. Don't know much about the video game, so obviously this movie is not made for someone like me. It's made for fans of the video game. I'm sure there's lots of things in the video game that fans will point out as Easter eggs and things like that that went right over my head. I'm just giving my thoughts as a person who loves horror movies, who loves movies in general. So keep that in mind as I bash the shit out of this movie. What the fuck were they thinking with the writing of this? Like I said early on, who was this movie for? Is it for kids? If it's for kids and it's a horror movie for kids, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of great horror movies for kids that I enjoy. But this one was all over the place. You got all these deep themes of a guy who watched his brother get kidnapped and what he's going through with that, with other things that are for kids. And you got these cheap little scares that are not really scary. And all kinds of things like that. It's all just scatterbrained, like me right now. Like I'm talking about this and that and this. That's how that fucking movie. That's how the movie is. Like, it's just all over the place. I just it just didn't work for me as much as I wanted it to work because I really love the concept. It's like a Chuck E. Cheese type place that's been abandoned for years. That creepy shit happens, but. And I don't know if this is a video game or not, but they add in this backstory about the main character and, like I said, his brother being kidnapped. Okay, so they add that in. And if they just did that and that was just kind of a personal struggle he was going for, and it was kind of a thematic way he had to conquer his demons, I can accept that. When they were going over his loss of his brother and you piece that together, oh, that's why he's down on his luck. He lost his brother. He watched him get kidnapped. That's why he beat the fuck out of the guy at the mall, right? And you understand he has these personal demons with looking after his sister and he can't hold a job and stuff like that. But no, they did the fucking obvious thing of having Freddy's be tied into his brother's kidnapping. Speaking of obvious things, casting Matthew Lillard as a career counselor or something like that, telling him about this place, and then having him be, spoiler, the mastermind, the killer, the kidnapper, was fucking obvious. The second I saw him on screen, I was like, okay, and he's giving him this job, he's involved, right? He's not going to take that role. They're not going to cast him as that role. So why not cast someone else? Right? So it's not so obvious. And then let's talk about Vanessa, who was an intriguing, kind of weird character at first, right? She's a cop. She shows up. She's got an interest in Freddy's. There's something going on there. And turns out, she's the daughter and she knows all this shit's going on, and she's been abused herself and things like that. Uh, mm, it all came full circle for this guy to conquer his demons. It should have been thematic demons he was conquering, not the actual person that kidnapped his little brother how many years ago? 10, 15 years ago. Who the hell knows, right? He was like 12 years old when his brother got kidnapped. So I just think they went the obvious route with things that should have been thematic, and they should have trusted us to be smart enough to figure out what was going on there. Because you have these adult themes like dealing with loss, dealing with some type of demon, inner turmoil that you can't get past. Those are adult themes, right? And then you twist it, and because the movie's all over the place, it just didn't work. It just did not work for me, and that's unfortunate because I really wanted this movie to be successful, and it probably will be successful because there's a lot of fans of this, and it's on track to be extremely financially successful. I'm sure there will probably be a sequel, but my interest in it is gone after this. It just is. I'm sorry to say. Am I on an island here, guys? Tell me in the comments. I'm going to talk about a few more things, but tell me in the comments what you thought of this movie. Did you enjoy this movie? Did you think it was all over the place like I did? It just was too scatterbrained for me as far as where it was going and things like that. Not to mention other things that we had going on in the non-Freddy world, right? With his aunt who wants to take over the custody of his sister, and her stupid dumb fucking lawyer that's sitting there all scared of him. It's like half comic relief, half pathetic, right? You know, all kinds of shit like that. And she's hiring these people to fuck with him, to ruin his life, right? So she can get custody of the girl. I think her name was Abby, right? So she's doing all this, paying $2,000 or $1,000, right? Why would someone need to do that? Look you're already showing us this guy's life is in the shitter. He's in shambles. Why would she need to go that extra mile to do all this shit? I don't know. It was just unnecessary. And the runtime of an hour and 49 minutes, it just dragged. It really just dragged. And for the first, third of this movie, when you find out about the backstory about his missing brother or kidnapped brother, I was fine with that. I don't mind backstories like that as long as it's done for character development, not for some good triumphing over evil. And Matthew Lillard, with the line, I killed your brother. Blah. It's like, really? Like, maybe I missed something here, and I must have. Maybe I'm a terrible movie watcher. Maybe I missed something here where it's explained that, Matthew Lillard's character, orchestrated him to work there? Or is it just a fucking coincidence? I must have missed something. But he wouldn't have orchestrated him to lose his other jobs, right? I don't know. It just, some of this shit just either went over my head, or I'm not, like I said, I'm not a video game guy. I'm not someone that's played this video game. I don't know much about it. But I was hoping it was going to be a good movie. And it had a few decent moments. Like I said, the setting, the animatronic creatures I thought were really cool. I thought the opening was cool with the security guard. So it had a lot of great moments. I don't think this is a terrible movie. But at the end of the day, it still didn't work for me. So that's my quick thoughts right after seeing this. Tell me your guys' thoughts on this. Am I alone? Do you agree with me? I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you next time.